Welcome to the Gavine Intervention Podcast. This is episode 3. I am going to do a quick talk about living locations with remote versus non-remote employees. I've seen this happen and I've seen people kind of fail at it. So I'm going to I'm going to tell you what you need to do and what you don't need to do. So I'm going to break it down into remote workers and non-remote workers when it comes to living somewhere. For remote workers, and I'm a remote worker myself, and I actually use this to my advantage. So I will tell you the hard truth. Living remote presents a very good situation, which is advantage to me, to be honest, and other remote workers. Some people choose not to take advantage foolishly, and others do choose to take advantage of it. But here's the things that you need to do. For one, like, you need to live in an area that is actually economical to where you can maximize the amount of spending power that you have. Plain English, don't sit there and run to an Atlanta or a Dallas or a Houston because you want to be close to your friends. No. You don't do that at all. What you do is live in the area that is economical to where you can maximize your money. In other words, you're not paying Dallas, Houston, or Atlanta area prices for things, but you can still go to Atlanta, Dallas, or Houston, or whatever, whenever you please, just by buying an airplane ticket or road tripping or whatever, and paying your rent and your car insurance and whatnot. Because what people don't tell you is, like, stuff is expensive in those bigger cities that people flock to. Groceries are expensive. Car insurance is a whole lot more expensive. I can tell you about that. Right now I pay $170 for 3 cars with full coverage on top of that. And my little Chattanooga area, the quote I got from here to Houston, when I kind of considering going, it was going to be a $400 affair by the time it was said and done. So I was like, no. And then of course you have the usual principles of making sure the area is good for schools and the area is generally safe. That's kind of a no-brainer there. But yeah, some people might not get it, so I'll explain it. Like, if you remote, more likely you're doing it the sensible way. You're not gonna live in a downtown high rise and try to have a kid and try to raise a kid in the high rise. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Put your kid in the best school district that you can. And maximize your profit, your revenue that's coming in that way. It is okay to live in the outskirts and come in and do your thing and go home and rest your head. It actually is more safer probably to go to the outskirts to go rest your head and do your thing. So pretty much, for people who like to travel, I know a lot of people like to travel. This works for me, is just stay in the place. My place just happens to have an airport. Yeah, I got 4 airport options. There's services that you can use to go to these airports, or you can go to these airports and park, and parking at some of these airports are very cheap, and you can fly and you can enjoy yourself. Done it is perfectly fine, and I honestly recommend it. Because traveling and living in a cheaper place means you have more money to kind of blow on your vacation versus somebody who is struggling to make ends meet in a bigger city or a more popular place that's like on and popping, I guess as you call it, just to say, hey, I live here. Yeah. So pretty much I'm going to say you're working remote and you don't have to go in the office at all, and you're not required to live in a place that is kind of popular or trending up or whatever. Don't do it. You're wasting your time and your money. Put that money you spend towards the extra expense into something else. For the non-remote people, the rules are kind of different. I mean, you have to be where you're at, so it is what it is, but also there's still ways to kind of maximize things. The main thing I say for the non-remote workers is, depending on your area, and you have to scope out your area, make sure that you see where you'll live at and how is it safe to live in. Like, there's no point in sacrificing your safety just to live 10 minutes from the office. Yeah, nah, that's not good at all. I would rather drive 40 minutes a day one way to be able to rest my head comfortably, knowing that, hey, I'm not going to be in too much danger when I go to bed at night. Some people like the lifestyle of that, being close to the office. And hey, if your office is in a good area, then hey, stay close to the office. I'm just saying, some offices are not in the best areas, and that's just everywhere. So, but if your office is in a good area, then hey, go for it. Like go for it. I don't have no quorums, no problems or anything. I think honestly, like, the advantage to being close to your office is less wear and tear on your vehicle. That means less frequent maintenance intervals, less expenses you have to use. So, and as far as like the monthly expenses, you can't really control much of that sense of where you live, but you can kind of dictate your expenses by saying, hey, you don't desire to live in the city a little bit. You just factor out, hey, if you spend X amount of gas, what will my rent be? Like, if my rent is like $500 a month cheaper, and stay in the outskirts, and the tank and the gas does not equal $500 a month, which I don't know, it depends, then hey, you go there. Hey, your car insurance is cheaper staying out there, then go for it. If it's cheaper being close, then go for it. And the factor of, if you have children, then that changes everything. If you have children, you got to make sure you're in a good school district and make sure everything is good. So yeah. So it's a lot of things you got to factor in, but the number one thing I say is, for my remote workers, do not be stupid and waste all your earned money that you could be holding and using for other stuff, especially in this day and age. Right now, you can get like 5% returns on CDs, and you can like easily deposit like $500, $1,000, depending on how much it is to start a CD, and make money just doing that, because pretty much the economy is kind of in shambles right now. But hey, I say take advantage of it, because there's some things out here you can take advantage of with your extra money. Like, and then also, as you like to travel, then this is really for you. Like, make sure you're able to travel and enjoy yourself. Not have to come home and worry about, oh my God, how I'm gonna pay this bill. My place is expensive. I went on this trip with my friends just to be around my friends. And yeah, don't put yourself under that pressure. I think that's the dumbest thing you can do. Just know that you can honestly just be able to thrive and succeed, especially as you work at home. Me, I don't live in a lavish area per se, but I live in I call it the hub, because I'm between Atlanta, Knoxville, Nashville, Gatlinburg. I put Gatlinburg on the list, and Birmingham and Huntsville. I got like a plethora of directions I can go. So, and then hey, if I want to go to a beach is like like a little road trip. So it's kind of a win-win for me. And then of course, the airports in those areas, so it's kind of a win. So yeah, am I close to the action living there? No, but I'm not having to deal with all the traffic headaches and all that other stuff either. And I'm not having to deal with high bills either. So just something to think about. But that is it for this episode. The next episode, I think I'm going to touch up on this. I'm going to touch up on buying homes, since I did talk about homes. So I think that'll be the next go around. All right. Y'all have fun. Y'all enjoy yourselves. And I'm out.